When growth separates you from your circle, there comes a moment in every person's journey when growth stops feeling exciting and starts feeling isolating. In the beginning, you don't even notice it happening. You simply begin to think differently. You start questioning things you once accepted without hesitation. You begin craving peace over noise, depth over entertainment, truth over comfort. And slowly, without realizing it, you start drifting away from the people you used to feel completely connected to. It's not that you stop caring for them. It's not that you suddenly think you're better than them. It's that something inside you whispers there is more to learn, more to experience, more to become. And when that whisper becomes loud enough, you cannot go back to who you used to be. But stepping into your evolution often means stepping away from the environments where your old self felt at home. This is where the danger begins. Because when you grow, your energy shifts, your priorities shift, your mindset shifts, and the people around you feel the difference even before you understand it yourself. They may say you're acting strange. They may say you're changing too fast. They may say you've become quiet, distant, or unrecognizable. But what they're really saying is this: you're no longer matching the version of you they were comfortable with. And this realization can hurt. You might feel guilty for wanting more. You might wonder if you're leaving people behind. You might question whether you're becoming cold or selfish. But understand something very important. Outgrowing people is not an act of cruelty. It is an act of alignment. You cannot evolve and remain the same person for the comfort of others. Yet this stage can be dangerous because the loneliness of growth can trick you into believing something is wrong with you. You start feeling like the odd one out. Your thoughts feel heavier. Your conversations feel out of place. You feel misunderstood, judged, or even resented for simply wanting a better life. This emotional discomfort often pushes people back into old patterns just to feel connected again. Many individuals dim their light just to stay accepted. They shrink their dreams to avoid making others feel insecure. They settle for relationships, friendships, and environments that no longer reflect their inner truth. They silence their evolution because they fear loneliness more than stagnation. And this is where so many people lose themselves, right at the edge of transformation. But hear this clearly. The room that once held you comfortably becomes too small for the person you are now becoming. This discomfort is not a sign to retreat. It is a sign to rise. You are not meant to fit into your old life while stepping into your new one. Growth demands space. It demands clarity. And it demands the courage to walk away from familiarity when it no longer nurtures your becoming. Outgrowing people is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your next chapter. The temptation to return to your old self. When you outgrow your environment, an inner battle begins. You feel a subtle pull backwards, a magnetic force trying to drag you into the life you've already mentally and spiritually outgrown. This is the emotional trap that catches so many people. Growth asks you to step forward, but fear invites you to step back into the familiar. And the familiar is powerful because it's comfortable. It's predictable. It's known. As you evolve, you start hearing doubts that never existed before. Thoughts like, maybe I'm asking for too much. Maybe my dreams are unrealistic. Maybe I should be satisfied with what I already have. These doubts don't come from your truth. They come from your old identity fighting to survive. The person you used to be is not ready to let go, and the people connected to that old version of you aren't ready either. You start noticing subtle pressures from your environment. People may tell you you've changed, and not in a good way. They may say you're too distant, too ambitious, too focused, too serious about your goals. They may guilt-trip you for having new priorities or accuse you of thinking you're better than them. But what they are really saying is that your growth disrupts their comfort. This is where the second danger of outgrowing people becomes clear. You might feel tempted to shrink yourself, to tone down your progress, to pretend you're still the same person they used to know, to act like your dreams aren't that big, to dim your excitement for the future so no one feels insecure around you. You start questioning your own journey because the people around you don't understand it. You start doubting your path because no one else sees what you see. You feel guilty for wanting a life beyond the limits of your current surroundings. And in that guilt, many people abandon their growth to keep the peace with others. But understand this truth deeply. When your spirit begins to evolve, the old version of you naturally dies. That identity fades, dissolves, and becomes too small to contain your new level of awareness. And the relationships, habits, and environments connected to that old version fall away as well. This is not punishment. This is alignment. Returning to your old self might feel easy in the moment, but it will suffocate you in the long run. It will slow your progress. It will steal your dreams. It will weaken your confidence. It will trap you in a life that no longer reflects who you truly are. You cannot keep your future alive while trying to keep your past comfortable. The temptation to return to your old self exists because elevation requires discomfort. The higher you rise, the fewer people you can take with you. Not everyone is meant to understand your vision. Everyone is meant to walk your path. Not everyone is meant to stay in every chapter of your story. Your job is not to shrink so others feel safe. Your job is to grow so you feel fulfilled. Embrace your evolution. The past version of you was essential, but it is not your destination. The loneliness that comes with expansion. Growth is one of the most beautiful experiences in life, but it is also one of the loneliest. When you begin to evolve, your path becomes quieter. The noise you once enjoyed suddenly becomes overwhelming. The crowds you once felt connected to start feeling foreign. You begin craving solitude more than company, and peace more than distraction. At first, you might not understand why. You might think something is wrong with you, but nothing is wrong. You are expanding. As you rise into a new level of awareness, your soul starts filtering what no longer resonates with your energy. Shallow conversations drain you. Toxic relationships exhaust you. Environments filled with drama, gossip, negativity, and small thinking feel unbearable. You find yourself seeking depth, truth, meaning, and authenticity. And when the people around you cannot meet you on that level, you naturally begin to drift. This drifting can feel like abandonment, even though it is alignment. You begin to notice the shift in your interactions. The jokes that once made you laugh don't feel funny anymore. The habits you once shared with others suddenly feel pointless. You start feeling disconnected, not because you are wrong, but because you are evolving in a direction most people around you are not ready for. This stage is dangerous because loneliness has a way of playing tricks on your mind. When the people you used to rely on are no longer aligned with your journey, you may feel unsupported or unseen. You may feel like no one understands you. You may start believing you're walking a path no one else has ever walked. And that is when doubt creeps in. You begin wondering if maybe you are the problem, if maybe your standards are too high, if maybe wanting more makes you difficult, if maybe your growth is costing you too much. These thoughts can be heavy. They can make your mind question the very transformation your soul is leading you into. But hear this clearly. Loneliness during growth is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of transition. You are in the in-between space, no longer connected to your old life, but not yet fully connected to your new one. This space is uncomfortable, but it is necessary. It is where you shed the weight of who you used to be. It is where clarity begins. It is where your alignment strengthens. The real danger appears when loneliness convinces you to settle. Many people go back to unhealthy friendships, toxic relationships, and low-energy environments simply because being alone feels too heavy. They return to what hurt them because it is familiar. They accept less because they fear the emptiness of waiting for what they truly deserve. But loneliness in the process of expansion is temporary. Regret from shrinking yourself is permanent. This stage is shaping your character. It is strengthening your intuition. It is preparing your spirit to recognize the people who belong to your next level. When you finally meet them, you will understand why you had to walk alone for a while. You are not alone. You are becoming. Embracing your evolution and finding your new tribe. The final stage of outgrowing everyone around you is not isolation. It is alignment. It is the moment when you finally stop resisting your evolution and begin to understand why everything had to unfold the way it did. When you stop trying to fit into the life you've already outgrown, you create space for everything that truly belongs to you to finally reach you. There is a profound shift that happens when you embrace the new version of yourself without guilt, without apology, and without hesitation. You begin to see your evolution not as a burden, but as a blessing. The things that once confused you begin to make sense. The loneliness that once felt painful now feels purposeful. You realize that the separation you experienced was not rejection, it was redirection. When you step into who you are becoming, your energy transforms. Your voice becomes clearer. Your presence becomes stronger. Your standards rise naturally. You stop tolerating disrespect. You stop accepting half-love. You stop entertaining people who only know how to drain you. Your soul becomes allergic to anything that doesn't match your purpose, your peace, and your potential. This is the beauty of growth. It strips away everything that is not aligned with your highest self. It removes the people who were only connected to your old identity. It closes the doors that no longer lead anywhere. And once the noise begins to fade, your true path begins to appear. But embracing your evolution requires courage. It requires letting go of what is familiar, even when it feels safe. It requires trusting the unknown, even when it feels uncertain. It requires believing that something better is coming, even when you cannot see it yet. Growth is not just about becoming more, it is about becoming true. And as you step fully into your truth, something remarkable happens. You begin attracting people who match your new frequency, people who understand your vision instead of questioning it, people who respect your boundaries instead of testing them, people who inspire your growth instead of resenting it. These are the people who form your new tribe. Your new tribe does not drain you, they energize you. They don't hold you back, they push you forward. They don't fear your evolution, they celebrate it. They don't attach themselves to who you used to be, they connect with who you are becoming. These people appear when you stop shrinking yourself just to stay connected to the wrong ones. This is why embracing your evolution matters. Because the danger was never outgrowing people. The real danger was staying small for the sake of people who could not grow with you. When you let go of that fear, you step into a life that reflects your true identity and your true potential. Your tribe is out there. The people who resonate with your soul are out there. The opportunities aligned with your destiny are out there. But you will not meet them by staying in rooms too small for your spirit. So walk forward, bravely, boldly, and unapologetically. Even if you must walk alone for a while, trust that you are walking towards something meaningful, toward connection, toward alignment, toward the life you were meant to live. Your evolution is not a burden, it is your breakthrough.